to video 1.1, an introduction to our first module. I'd like to start by considering why we're here. Most of us are here to fulfill a Miami Plan requirement. That's a perfectly legitimate and proper reason to be here. Many of us are here for economic reasons. As you can see here, people with bachelor's degrees, associate's degrees, earn quite a lot more than those who do not go beyond high school. In addition, the jobs of the future indicated here and here generally tend to be require a degree such as associate's, master's, and bachelor's. But there are larger reasons why we're here as well, and I'd like to talk a little bit more about these general reasons as we start the class here, because it's important to keep in mind that when we're doing papers, we're taking exams, we're going through all the usual things you do in a class, there is a larger point and purpose. And that point and purpose in some ways is to, as I mentioned on the Getting Started page, situate ourselves in the world, understand our world more effectively so we can act effectively, and to find our proper place in the one great human family. So when we ask questions like why we're here, in a larger sense, we need to know, in some ways, where we are. That would be a first step towards recognizing whether we want to move forward down this symbolic road ahead of us or we want to take a different path. We don't know that unless we know where we have been. This is a truism of historical thinking and thinking more generally. We need to be able to situate ourselves in order to understand the situation that we're in, quite obviously. Historians and others have developed a number of terms and concepts for understanding the world. They involve situating events in time and space, understanding problems of cause and effect. We'll be working with these terms and vocabulary across the semester, particularly these categories of analysis here: political, economic, social, things we mention every day, but have a very important purpose when we're thinking about understanding our world. We begin by looking very quickly at where we came from, and here is that great human family that I spoke of, some of our recent ancestors, some of our cousins, some of our more distant relations. We are related to every plant and animal on the planet is related to us in some way, going back, if you go back far enough. And here we are symbolically today, one great human family, the family of Homo sapiens. We arose about 200,000 years ago in Africa, and beginning about 60 to 80,000 years ago, we took a real cultural leap forward, enabling us to develop new tools, new techniques, the ability to live in new places, so that first to Australia about 40,000, 50,000 years ago, then to Central and East Asia, and across the Beringia, the land bridge, perhaps about 20,000 years ago or so, to the Americas. So that by about 10,000 BCE, that is before the Common Era, it's the same thing as BC, but before the Common Era is the more accepted modern usage, by about 10,000 BCE, we had populated the entire planet, and we're all living a hunter-gatherer existence. From that point to the world of today, the world of 7 billion, was only about a time of about 12 to 10,000 years perhaps. And that's going to be and it's only the last 500 years of that time span that we'll be covering in this course. This world of 7 billion is divided into different cultural and historical zones, which we'll be covering in the semester ahead, and that your Strayer book also uses. This is from chapter 12, this breakdown here, and these are essentially the same divisions that we'll be using in our own lectures and in our own course materials. So, as you're thinking about why you're here, try to keep in mind the big picture, and I look forward to working with you in the semester ahead.